Greetings, one and all. Back into Listen Land. Thank you for joining us. You can like and subscribe while I'm choking over here. You can like and subscribe whenever you're ready. Don't be shy. So, have you ever heard of a band called Tragically Hip?
Tragically Hip? No.
No, it's funny that, isn't it?
Is it?
Yes.
What the other word? What they're known as?
Sorry?
What else are they known as?
Tragically Hip.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to say. Oh,
Now,
AKA,
the reason I say it's strange because nobody's ever heard of them. They're a Canadian band, and they've been going. They were going for about 30 years, and then they had their final concert in 2016, 2017, and they had this final concert because he had his final tour, and it culminated in this one event, this final concert. And they had to do this because the singer, and his name was Gord Downey.
Gord Downey?
Gord Downey. He'd been diagnosed with terminal brain cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. So they decided, well, know what I can do about this. Let's go out on tour. Now, Gord Downey in Canada is considered, their version has been, I've seen it written down where he's been considered their version of Bruce Springsteen. Lyrically.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, Brucey boy.
Oh, Brucey baby. Yeah. They're an extremely popular band in Canada. So much so that when they get to the final gig, it was broadcast on a live, uninterrupted stream. And in 2016, 2017, there's only about 36 million people lived in Canada. 11.7 million people watched this stream.
I've heard this.
That's a lot of people. A third of the nation, basically. But it was actually, they think it was a lot higher. They think it was nearer 20 million because people had parties. They got in pubs, they got in bars, they got in groups of things. They had parties and they celebrated this final gig. Nobody was without tears, apparently. Very emotional night, obviously. And after the gig, when he did die, shortly after the gig, end of story. No, a few weeks later, he died. And one of the national papers run a headline saying, Canada closed due to death in the family.
Oh.
That's how big they are.
It's a shame they never got outside of Canada.
My point. That's why I bring this story up. Nobody knows about them.
Outside
apart
of Canada.
From Canadians.
Yeah.
They played in America. They played in major cities in America, and they play in front of 200 people. If they go back to Canada and they played in front of their own people, 40, 50,000 people.
Have they replaced the singer, or have they gone?
No. As a band, they said they were going to stop. But recently, they've redone it all. Well, they've released a single, and it's with somebody called Feist.
Feist, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me that you love me more. Yeah, she's big. Yeah, she's big. Yeah, I like Feist.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah,
she's a bit folky and poppy.
Is she Canadian?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, they've done a single with Feist.
Oh, okay.
And it's a good life if you don't weaken. It's called, and I highly recommend it.
Feist is good. I saw Feist doing a gig, right? They did like these arty gigs, and it was that you won an opportunity to be at a Feist gig. But what it was is I think it was like a series of gigs with different artists, and different people won an opportunity to go to these gigs. And there was this guy sat on a chair in like a low lit room. He got blindfold on, and has
somebody got a gun at his head?
Sure. She's stood around him quite close up singing one of her songs on acoustic.
Yeah.
That's the gig.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. And he's like, being a big Heist fan, he's really enjoying it. And she's like singing in his ear and doing all this. Like, it's very like soft. And lots of other artists did that. I thought, what an interesting way to hear an artist.
Yeah.
You don't look at them, you just hear them.
Yeah.
Like next to you.
But you're not like listening to them through some sort of machine.
Maybe just sat right in front of you, quite close.
Moving around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But I thought this is a nation where a third of its people stopped to watch this gig.
It's a big event, that, isn't it?
And nobody knows about them.
No.
Well, it's
Tragically Hip, they're called.
Do you know the artist Anastacia? I'm out of love. So, she got a thing in the early 90s.
You've got them all, haven't you?
She got a
You've got
really
them all.
annoying voice.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like, wah,
How's it go?
wah.
Okay.
A bit of a wah-wah pedal voice. Turns out she doesn't do anything in America.
No.
It's only in England and Europe.
Yeah.
And she issued a statement on her socials, apparently, because some people that did like her from America wanted to play in America. And she's like, I can't do any gigs in America because
Don't get
for
arrested.
some reason, nobody wants to promote her out there. The radio stations aren't interested.
It's weird, isn't it?
That they don't want anything to do with her. But in Europe and the rest of the world, she's huge. Well, she's
Yeah,
she can
some
sell out.
people can go over. I mean, a lot of English bands have gone over to America. They've really struggled. They've not even cracked it. They've had to come back and tail between the legs, basically. They've done it 2 or 3 times and not really done any.
Oasis never really cracked America.
Not really put a dent in it, did they, really?
No. Not like they did everywhere else.
Yeah. And yet, the reverse happens all the time. We know about Kiss, but they're never as big as they were in America.
No.
We know about the Grateful Dead, but they're never as big as they were in America.
No.
And some do travel, a lot don't. A lot don't. Some never go out of their own state, to be perfectly honest, do they? Because they're that big a state.
Also, when you look at size of the states, though,
Yeah.
they don't really
If
have
you
to,
get a
do they?
band in Texas that's big in Texas, they just think, well, why do we need to travel?
Yeah.
But, you've got to spread your wings.
So, there are 3 musicians, all right?
There is.
There are 3 musicians who have written a number 1, but as an artist themselves, I've only got to number 2, all right?
Okay.
Can you name me any of them?
3 musicians that's written a number 1 hit, but never got to number 1 themselves.
I'll give you a clue. Male.
Okay.
Do, 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 do. For the listeners at home.
Toodaloo-doo.
Ooh.
Oh, it's difficult.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think you'll get it, so I'm just gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
Desmond Child.
Oh, you know this one?
No.
Bruce Springsteen. Blinded by the Light by the Manfred Mans.
Yeah.
Blinded
Man.
by the light. Look up like a deuce and not a bird on
Now, can I just stop you there? Because what did you say, that second line there?
struck up like a dude or douche or...
No. A lot of people think it's douche, but it's not. It's deuce, as in 2, the number 2.
Deuce. Oh, like when you see...
Revved up like a deuce.
Like when you see 2 ducks.
Yeah.
Deuce.
Deuce ducks.
Deuce, deuce.
So, like sometimes you see a 2 in a pack of cards, you call it a deuce?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm not a gambler.
Well, it's an old
I know when to hold.
It's an old car. What used to be popular with hot rodders in America.
Struck up like a deuce.
And it was an old engine. It was called a deuce.
Middle of the night.
A Ford or something like that.
Yeah, they came
Flatbed
from the
6 or something like that.
They came from the Prohibition days, right?
I don't know.
That's when hot rods came out.
Well, maybe.
So I'll get away from the police.
30s.
Yeah.
And what he's referring to there is revved up like a deuce.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah. And people think he's saying something else.
Well, anyway, he got number 1.
Well, I filled that blanking for you anyway, didn't I?
Blankety blank.
Did it?
Blank. So that got to number 1. But
Has he, no, yeah, but you said he'd never had a number 1 himself.
no,
Has he not?
not single. He got number 2 with Dancing in the Dark,
Yeah. That was his biggest hit, wasn't it?
and that's number 2.
Okay.
Okay, right.
Ooh, 1 off.
Next one, Bob Dylan.
Bobby Z.
Bob Dylan.
Bobby Z.
The Birds, Mr. Tambourine Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man.
Sing a song for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I heard about that? And it's probably not true. It's probably one of these stories that grows out of these little things. The reason, what he's singing about there is,
He just gave up.
I
Gave up.
I was seeking for the word apocryphal.
Okay, apocryphal.
Apocryphal. It's a story that's not based on truth. It grows out of myth and legend.
Bollocks, in other words.
Yeah,
okay.
there's another word for it. But there was, and what I've heard, I've understood for years is this Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. And if you listen to words, it makes perfect sense. But apparently it wasn't true. What drug dealers used to do is hide their little stash inside the rim of the tambourine. So play a little, here, mate, have some of that. Mr. Tambourine, we got some, yeah, have some of that. Play a song for me. And that's what he's singing about.
What, selling drugs?
Yeah.
Really?
Drugs inside tambourine.
He mentions tambourine in a few other songs, doesn't he? I'm sure he does.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway,
I've got a nice bowl of fruit and on there's a nice
tambourine.
There you go.
Tangerine. But number 2, he had actually had he wrote 2 songs that went to number 2. Like a Rolling Stone and Rainy Day Homes. I think I'll put,
Rainy Day something.
Yeah, Rainy Day something, number 2. The other one was Randy Newman.
Okay.
He did a song for 3 Day Night, for the band 3 Day Night. You probably
3 Dog Night.
My handwriting again. 3 Dog Night.
Yeah.
Mama Told Me Not to Come. I didn't know he wrote that.
Yeah, but Tom Jones sang it, didn't he?
Well, and Kelly Jones.
And Kelly Jones.
Later on in the early noughties or 90s. But they didn't sing it originally. It was a 60s cover.
Yeah, 3 Dog Night.
And his number 2 was Hysterical Short People. Short People.
No. It was. Randy Newman. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. No.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, Randy Newman was involved with that, was it?
So that is interesting.
And he hated that song. He got lumbered with that Short People song.
Did he?
Because it was the one song he didn't like. It was the one song that was a big hit, but he wanted to be taken serious as a songwriter. And what's he end up with?
It's a bit of a joke song.
Yeah, a bit of a joke song. Happens all the time.
Yeah.
Thin Lizzy, Whiskey in the Jar. They didn't want that to be a representative of them. They were a rock band, not an Irish folk band. Although they liked it.
They rocked it up though, didn't they?
Yeah, but
that song.
They never liked it. I mean, I remember you telling a story about it, which I found brilliant because you never liked Thin Lizzy.
No, I'm not a big Thin Lizzy fan, no.
Yeah, a lot of people get lumbered with these one-hit wonders. David Bowie and his Laughing Gnome. Couldn't live it down, could he?
I don't think he got lumbered with that. He got past that one.
Yeah, but he had to carry that around with him for quite some time.
Well, he should have thought on
hard and long about that one.
He get when he was at the time of the Laughing Gnome when he was trying to get into music, didn't he get like some feedback from one of the like BBC execs saying like, he's all right, but he's got no personality.
Really?
He's not like not diverse enough or anything like that.
Oh, he's changed that one, didn't he?
Oof.
I know you're not a fan, but it's a good story. You can't beat the story.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Oh yeah.
Your turn.
Are we familiar with the band Porcupine Tree?
Yes.
I'm not.
Stephen Wilson,
correct. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, apparently in December of last year, year before, 2023, he had a Christmas hit with December Skies.
Right.
I'm not familiar with it.
No, am I?
I'm not really familiar with
was it
Stephen
done under
Wilson.
Porcupine or Stephen Wilson?
It was done under him as a solo artist.
Right, okay, yeah.
And where it come about is him and his mate was sat in his room and his mate said to him, "Why haven't you ever done a Christmas song?" And he says, "Not my cup of tea, that." He says, "For a start, I wouldn't know where to start to write a Christmas song." So they said, "All right then, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll ask AI."
Oh, this story is slowly coming back to me.
So he said to AI, "Write me a Christmas song in the style of Stephen Wilson from Porcupine Tree." And it did. And he thought, "Oh, all right." So he wrote it down, went into studios, put some music to it, fetched it out as a single.
Huh. Yeah. Did he do all?
I don't know.
I remember the story now. You related it back.
So that was December 2023. So even as far back as then, as we've said before on this podcast, AI's
it's already creeping in there.
It's already doing stuff.
We're being used.
Already.
And abused.
Yeah, so he hadn't had to write it. He's just asked AI to write it him, and then he's just put some music to its lyrics.
He's one of these people that is extremely busy within the music industry all the time.
Yeah, he's produced the stuff, doesn't he? And does a lot of
he's got his own gig going with Porcupine Tree, and they've been going for quite some time. He's got his solo career with Porcupine Tree. He's a pretty good guitarist, singer, and songwriter in his own right. But he's the go-to remasterer, isn't he?
Yeah, he does all remastering, doesn't he?
Mainly in the prog rock
like
fraternity. But he remasters loads of stuff for different people. And he's the go-to fella for that, isn't he?
Mm.
He's very good. There's another Stephen Wilson.
Stephen Wilson Jr.?
Correct.
Yeah.
Ooh, hello. I thought I might have caught you out with that one.
No, sorry. I was going to jump in before, but I thought, no.
Yeah, it took my win there.
Well.
I'll let you lead with that one.
that was a good guess.
Well,
No, you can't guess that one, can you, really?
So, Stephen Wilson Jr.
Yeah.
He used to be a boxer.
Yep, Golden Gloves.
Golden gloves. He wears an embroidered hat.
He does.
Or the country style, always down. Don't know if he's bald.
No, it's not.
He wears some glasses, but he got some interesting songs. He had a popular single out maybe last year, and it was something like that was 94 or something it was called. It's good.
Class of 94.
Somewhat like that. But he became I think he trended on social media because he did a cover of Stand By Me.
And it's very,
to a point
very
where he had
good.
to release it.
Yes.
And it's good. What he does do, which is very interesting. So there are some bits when he's playing live, and he uses like loop stations and stuff like that. And there's elements of Ed Sheeran, what he does with loop stations. I say Ed Sheeran, but let's say Foy Vance.
Let's say Foy Vance.
Foy Vance.
I don't like this association with loop pedals and Ed Sheeran. But what he does do is he uses a stomp box with a reverb on.
Yeah.
And it creates a big full sound. Like,
It does, doesn't it? Have you listened to it?
Well, yeah.
It's great.
It's very atmospheric. He's got a very thick, rich accent.
Yeah.
It's
very much in it's like
if bourbon could talk.
They've got Bruce Springsteen and they've dipped him in a barrel of country and western for a month and brought him back out again.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got that Brucey bit about his voice, and he's got that very heavy that very drawl sound to his singing
acoustic
style.
Yeah.
But his guitar is actually a Spanish guitar. It's not a traditional like singer-songwriter acoustic guitar. It's a Spanish classical guitar. It's got this resonating sound, hasn't it? It's a really
It's
good
only
sound.
a box standard sort of guitar, really.
But it's got a lovely tone to it. Lovely tone to this guitar. And the way he sings and he did that Stand By Me is really, really good. I was going to ask you what you've been into this week, and now we're going to say Stephen Wilson Jr.
It's good, isn't it? It's
This is a
contemporary,
great
but
track.
also
It's a great track.
old school. It's contemporary and old school.
I think, because he used to be a scientist,
I didn't know that.
his previous job, he'd done quite well education-wise, and he got a job at, I think it was Mars.
Mars Bar
not
Factory.
the planet.
Mars Bar.
Mars.
Yeah.
And he was in their science labs.
Making the caramel.
And his manager said to him, "Yeah, you're going very well." He is a bit geeky.
Right.
He is a bit geeky, but there's nothing wrong with that. We're waiting, don't we? And he says, "What they're going to do?" He says, "I've seen you. You're writing all these songs down, and you're writing your notes, constantly doing that all the time. And it's all song lyrics. You want to be a songwriter, don't you?" "Well, I just like writing songs." He says, "Well, they're going to offer you," and as he described it, the golden handcuffs.
Oh, right. For the university or whatever he's working
And he
with.
says, they're going to get all this money, they're going to get a nice house, you're going to get a nice car, and he's going to shackle you to this job for the next 30 years. He says, like they did with me. He says, if you've got another dream, this is your chance to get out and do it. He says, because by the time they put the handcuffs on, you'll not get out and do it. And I thought, oh, long and hard. But he went and did it. Stopped being a scientist and became a singer-songwriter. He's very good.
Yeah.
So, Gene Simmons. from
Kiss.
So Gene Simmons,
I recall his name.
a couple of months ago now, he came out, said, Kiss is done.
Kiss, bang, bang.
We've split up.
Yeah.
That's it. No more. We're not doing it no more.
But
And then he set his own band up called the Gene Simmons Band.
I know where this is going.
And then they got some gigs for later on this year. But then what they've done is they've cancelled his own band's tour.
Oh.
Without playing a gig. He's folded up, he's cancelled the band, and he's reformed Kiss.
Oh.
But
What, the original? What?
yeah, Kiss have reformed.
No.
Yeah. After
all that
probably
publicity,
6-7
They're not going to
months,
tour. They're just going to
they're
do.
not going to tour.
Just going to occasional gigs. aren't
Yeah,
they?
you can do occasional gigs, you can hire him and stuff like this. But
wow.
when he was in his solo band, the Gene Simmons band, what you could do is for $12,500, you could be his personal roadie for the day. He's like
always selling.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like that.
And
It's just
what you did for this,
So weird.
Yeah. Like he needs the
It's
money.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
what you did for this money is you paid you $12,500.
There's no class there.
You went to the
class devoid.
Oh yeah, you went to the event where they were going to be, and he let you carry in all his stuff.
Oh, be his gopher.
How demeaning is that to that person? I know that they want to do that,
yeah.
but they've paid £12,000 to be his bitch for the day.
All his guitars, all his clothes,
Would you like a dry towel, mister?
and then he lets you go into the backstage, and you get to watch his guitar tech and all this other mess about his guitars and amps and stuff like that. You get to plug him all in and run him out cables and do all this, and then you get to go and have a sandwich with him.
A sandwich.
And then you get to go back out. You get to fetch him all his clothes and costumes and all this and other. Change his shoes.
I think that's a mental illness on his part.
And then
I'm serious.
And then you get to stand
Did anyone buy these tickets? Because
backstage.
cancelled.
You get to stand backstage at the event. Then afterwards, you get to help clear all his stuff up, take it all back to the van, put all his costumes away, polish his shoes, do all this and other, throw it in there, and then he takes you out for a meal. And he presents you with a signed signature bass guitar.
Because he can't give them away.
That's just weird.
He claimed he's claimed on one of his cruises that he sold about $9 million worth of bass guitar.
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Absolutely shite. If you sell 3, that's all he sold.
It's quite clever in a way because what it is he doesn't have to pay for a roadie.
No.
He gets paid for
They
the
pay
roadie.
him.
Yeah.
Wow.
But what's not sure about this thing is because that 12,500, let's say, ticket got you to be his roadie for the Gene Simmons band, but because they're folded, people are unsure whether the people who have actually paid that were going to get the money back, or it's going to be carried on to Kiss.
Oh.
He's not stupid. He's saying, right, you lost your money because you paid to see me. You're not going to see me. No.
Well, it's not actually to see him, it's to be his roadie.
Yeah, they're not going to be
So,
Kiss roadie.
When he's with Kiss, is he going to...
I'm sorry, but the clause says here that you would be within the Gene Simmons band roadie, not the Kiss roadie.
Well, it could be. He could do that. But he could also say, but because I'm now back with Kiss, I need another $10,000 off you, and you can be my roadie.
And why did the tour not go ahead?
Because
the stuff he was doing was crap.
Lack of sales.
Or
lack of sales,
Probably, that's probably exactly
lack of
it.
interest, so they had to fold it.
Yeah. Because he's money orientated and he's vain. Yeah.
And what's he done that's solo worthwhile? Nothing.
No.
I've been writing since 60s.
I mean,
I've been writing since 60s. It's all been shite. Same as his. Which asked me another question. Have you ever wanted to write a song?
Have I? No.
No, him sat behind you, you pudding.
Have you ever wanted to write a song?
You never fancied, well, I'm sure I could pen a song.
No, not really.
Have you?
I've never thought
I've been in a band, so
But you've done it before. I know you've actually done it.
Wrote a song,
I've even
hasn't he?
wrote a Christmas song
Yeah.
as a novelty Christmas song
Yeah.
and a theme tune. Wrote the theme tune, played the theme tune. Have you
I've
ever?
thought about it, and I've thought I would consider it, but I always try to put too much in it, it becomes stupid.
Try and solve the world in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a common fault, isn't it? With
Yeah.
And
Yeah, never even thought about it, to be quite honest.
put some,
Have it.
putting some feelings
No time
down
for that.
or some ideas down in a short space of time set to music. And you think, oh, how hard can it be? You know, half the time it don't make sense anyway.
bet
So
it's
you
hard.
just put what you want down, but you try it.
I bet it's hard.
Yeah. Because I want to be so profound and make a statement. And
I think half the battle is the ego.
yeah.
Yeah, I suppose when you're writing a song, you've got to write a song and not try and write the next big ballad.
Yeah, so the ego inside you is probably wanting to like say so many things, profound things, really show off how smart you are. When really the
You want
stuff
to have
that
some
does well,
you want to have some insight into your feelings and put it over in a good sense, good way, don't you?
a lot of the stuff that really resonates with people are the most vague stuff.
Yeah, and like I think I made this before on a podcast that Bob Dylan come out with a great sort of couple of lines. The pump don't work because the vandals took the handle. What? I'll know. That's a great line for a song. You wouldn't think that, would you?
Yeah.
The pump don't work because the vandals took the handle.
Dave Grohl said that he's wrote a song and he's thought it's really good and he spent a long time on it and he's really thought about the lyrics and stuff, but he said that it sort of completely bombed. Nobody cares about it. It says it's the songs that are the best, that hit the most are the ones that he doesn't really think about too much and he thinks are a bit stupid.
Yeah, often don't make sense, do they?
No.
They don't make sense to the writer.
I mean, look at Bowie. Bowie used to cut and paste stuff.
Yeah.
And stick it down and try and make it make sense. And so many people attach so many things to that.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Because you attach what you want to it, and I think that's why it was successful. Because it was so random, and it was obviously so random, you could make
imagine.
it work how you wanted it to work.
Yeah.
It were your machine to play with.
And sometimes words are used in a line because it works in the beat, or like the tempo of the song, or like, you know, the consonants, or just the way it's phrased can lend itself to that chord change or whatever. It depends how you write it, I imagine.
Is there ever a song, if you had an erase button and you could press it and that song would be erased from every sort of feasible book, record, it could completely disappear. If you wanted to, if you had one song that you could just press that button to and just get rid of it, what would it be?
Wonderwall Oasis.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I detest it.
Yeah.
Grites on me. I hate the song. Absolutely detest it.
I was going to say, where's your mama gone? Chirpy, chirpy, chirpy.
Oh.
Because if anything, it's a bit mean.
That ain't God and hanging
It's just
wishing
like,
out.
yeah, but just think about all these orphans and stuff. Like, well, I don't know.
In a bigger picture there.
Well, yeah, like, where's your, I don't know, chirpy, 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 chirpy. All that crap. The bird song.
I don't know. I don't know what I'd pick.
Oh.
I want to say.
What about Girls and Boys Blur?
You never liked that song.
You hate that song.
I never met a girl like you before.
No, I don't like that.
I like that song.
I've got a lot of songs I don't
Girls
like.
like boys,
but would I want to get rid of them?
like girls, like boys.
On what grounds?
You
Boys and girls, I don't really mind it. I don't like it, but there's ones that great to me. It would be definitely pop.
Well, me.
That's the genre, though. You can't do that.
Yeah, I know. It would be a pop variety. Or, I don't know. I often think like everything's got its place and people like different things because it's got its place and for whatever reason they like it. So
Spice Girls.
Probably everything by Spice Girls would do.
So you don't particularly like them, do you?
No. Because it was so pop, it would just...
Yeah, but it's not anything in... if you think of the legacy of the Spice Girls and what they've achieved, as in like some of the female artists that have come out
Well,
now.
look at Wonderwall, Oasis, the legacy.
I know,
there.
yeah, exactly. So I think these are, I mean, at least mine had some backing on the fact of that it's a bit mean.
It's a bit mean.
Well, mine is. It's crap.
It's not mean though, is it?
Oh, you didn't say it had to be mean.
Well,
It's just one he don't like. You don't
I
have
just-
to. It's
I
just
hate
one he
it.
doesn't
I just-
like.
Detest that song.
I'd choose the Bill theme tune.
I tell you, I'm going to go with Spice Girls, and I'm going to go. What do you really want? What do you really want?
The first single, the one
Yeah.
that made them successful.
Yeah,
You're gonna
that is-
destroy 4 women's careers because
Yeah,
you just
I
don't
will.
like that
I
song.
will.
I
yeah.
thought there were 5 of them, weren't
yeah.
4, I think. Jerry or Ginger.
Or
Ginger,
Sporty.
Sporty, Scary, Baby, Ginger, 5, Posh, yeah.
Oh, he knows his stuff.
I
doesn't
thought there were 5.
he knows his Spice Girls. That one. Oh,
they? Oh,
yeah. I think it was that one because it was just so. Either that,
Well, there were
or
5 in
or
group and
either
only
that,
4
or it would have to come down to. I've just thought of beauty.
there were 5 in group and 4 sung, didn't there?
Because it was for the same reason that it was so cheesy pop. I detested it. And any Gary Glitter songs, not because of Gary Glitter what he turned out to be.
Come on.
Oh, Double G.
Yeah, Double G. Not because he turned out to be what he was. Because it was so. It was so bad. I've never got on with pop music. That it's disposable, and that's the point I don't like. But it's not. It lasts forever, and it's horrible.
What about that song, that footballer song? Like that.
I've never heard that sung at a football ground.
Is it Gary Neville or where he's sung about like Eurovision
Well, the
song?
World Cup song, was it?
It might have been
3 Lions.
not 3 Lions. No, the other one. Where it's almost like a hit,
4 Lions.
like a rap.
Oh, it was John, the Liverpool player.
Yeah.
Yes.
John Barnes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, John Barnes'
Yeah.
song.
And it was done to Badil. Somewhere in Badil. What they call
Oh,
No,
it.
that's
3
3
Lions.
Lions, ain't it?
Yeah, but it was done to that
Ah,
that theme, that music, but they
It was
changed
them
words.
that did it. He was born on Penny Lane. We were talking about it the other week.
Lightning Seeds.
Lightning Seeds.
Lightning Seeds.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been a couple of crap songs like that.
So what have you been into this week? What's
This
floated
week?
your boat these last couple of weeks since we last spoke about this?
This week I've listened to 2 albums. The first album was the new album by Those Damn Crows. Very good album. And the other album is the latest album from the Georgia Satellites.
Really?
Yeah, which is
Oh.
a really good album.
Well, they're a blast from the past. George Satellites.
Yeah, they've got a new album out. I think it came out a week and a half ago, I think. Maybe something like that. Maybe a bit
When
longer.
did they have their hit single?
But yeah, I've listened to them too. Georgia Satellites, a really good album. Really
Yeah?
enjoyed that, yeah. Yeah.
You, Louis? What have you been into?
I have been listening to Panther City. Panther City by Leon Bridges.
Right.
I like Leon Bridges.
Yeah.
Panther City, it comes up a lot on my AI shuffle. It's pretty good. It's got a new tour coming out where it's going around the UK and Europe. And it's called like The Cowboy and the Crooner. Which I
Oh, really?
like the imagery about it. It's quite Django.
Do you know there's a film and there's a cowboy that pops up in a white cowboy outfit and he's singing a song. I can't remember what the film is.
It sounds like
I think Tom Waits is in it.
Oh yeah, it's the Coen brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like short stories, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's the bank.
No,
Yeah,
when you said
yeah,
cowboy in the crew, and I get this picture of this bloke
yeah.
doing the thing.
Another one which I won't agree with, but so when the Spotify AI comes up with a new chapter after like 4 songs, says, "Hey, I'm going to take you back now to this other one,"
Yeah.
and that you've. So this other one, which it always bloody puts on, it's fine, it's an alright song, but like it always puts on the same chuffy music. I'm getting frustrated. But you know when you're driving to work, and you got half an hour and you just can't be asked to think.
Yeah.
Just put AI DJ on.
Yep.
Human Nature by Michael Jackson. And now this is how much it's suggested it to me over the past few weeks. Is that as it introduced this new section of
I'm listening to you.
As it introduced this new section.
I was.
As it introduced this new section, he said, we've got Michael Jackson now coming on for you. Are you last week or month or whatever were in the top 2% of Michael Jackson listeners? I thought, I am bloody not.
You are.
No,
You are.
This is not true.
You are.
Why? And it just comes on with Human Nature again. So I've been listening to Human Nature so much that I've entered the top 2% of Michael Jackson listeners globally.
Yeah, that says a lot. I think it said some, like the year-end thing, and it said that when we were querying this, weren't it?
Yeah.
I'd listened to Robin Trower, and I was in the top 5% listening to Robin Trower. I'd listened to him, but not listening to him that much.
Yeah. Imagine being the top 2% of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That's a lot of listeners, I imagine.
No.
So what have you been listening to then?
Well, I was listening to Stephen Wilson Jr.
Oh, you said, didn't you?
Jr. I've been listening to a lot of him. And I'm just trying to pick up something that I was...
Dropped?
No. I'm sorry, you'll have to bear with me a second.
Wait till it's time to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Hit that notification bell, and I'm sure that whatever's going to be coming up will be an absolute banger.
It will.
It'll blow your mind.
Gary Glitter.
No, it won't. It won't. I'm sorry, but it's called... It was Brian Wilson live at the something or other.
Yeah, it's in a boxing ring. The album artwork is... Oh, no. Right.
There's a program, like the Tiny Desk that we like. There's one on YouTube, and it's from America. And it's just streamed only, and it's a full gig.
All right.
And he's done a full gig on there.
Right.
And you get a lot of these, and it's called Live from the... It's something like the Cutlery Works or something like that, but it's not the Cutlery Works.
In Callum Islands?
No. I knew you'd say that. That's why I say it's not the Cutlery Works. It's like the leather shop or the factory house. Or it's something live from that. And it's quite good. It's a lot based on singer-songwriters, acoustic stuff. Mm-hmm. There's some electric stuff going on. There's some band stuff in there. There's a couple of bands that I do recognise. The White Buffaloes, you might have heard of them. They're a southern rock band. Very country edge to them. There's 2 or 3 other bands that's on there that I've recognised, but it's mainly American bands, mainly American singer-songwriters. There's a bloke called Daniel Scott. I've got to dive into that one yet because he looks very good.
Yeah.
Great voice. A couple of songs I listened to his, and I thought, I like them. I'm going to have to have a look at them. Daniel Scott. But I've been listening to that.
So making a note of that. I like to make notes.
I can't remember what the program is on YouTube.
It's okay.
But yeah, you should check that bloke out when you I don't know whether you'd like him because he's a bit, like I said, he's a bit Foy Vance, a bit Bruce Springsteen-y.
Yeah.
Is
okay,
that way?
That's a good mix, yeah.
But I've also been listening to what I consider to be the best blues album in the last 15 years.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I thought that was attention. I thought he'd been sick then.
That's a big statement.
Do you know what it is? And I'm surprised. In fact, I'm ashamed of you.
The best blues album? Oh, I don't know.
For me, it is anyway. For me, it is. Bobby Rush.
And Joe?
And Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Oh.
No Joe there.
Joe. Kenny Wayne
and Bobby Rush. It's a great album. It's the best blues album I've heard in years and years and years.
Is it a new album as well?
It's been out a couple of weeks now.
Oh, I've not heard that.
Yeah. Check it out. You'll like it.
All right.
I will.
And on that note,
goodbye.